Hi everyone, long time no see. I do have a reason to make a video today. It's Sunday, July 7, and it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, getting some decent light, and I wanted to show you the before picture. I found this kind of creepy looking doll at Goodwill in need of serious work. And right away when I saw it, I knew that it was something special, but I wasn't quite sure what it was. And it is a Berjusa doll, and it was made in 1984. It's got rooted hair, its eyes open and closed, and his or her mouth is very pale, dimpled chin, kind of orangey vinyl. Cloth body that's very pilled. However, there are no grooves in the vinyl to attach cable ties. So I don't know how to purchase a new body and attach cable ties to vinyl that has no grooves in it. So if anyone sees this and knows how to do that, please let me know, because I would like to get this doll a new body. I'm going to use a depiller. I'm going to wash the body while it's still on the doll. And the doll has rooted hair, but it's in need of washing and conditioning and so forth. And the clothes that it came with, I'm going to take you off the tripod so I can bring you closer to the clothes that he, I guess, came home in. There's this hat with a bunny, and it ties under the chin, which I like. I'm going to wash that. And this outfit, this is a vintage outfit, obviously. I don't know if it was original to the doll, but it's definitely vintage. And it has a bunny theme to it, buttons up the back, and these pants have a liner, like a plastic diaper kind of a liner. Very faded, very much in need of laundering, and there's a little stain there. I don't know if this was actually on a baby or not, but today I went to Goodwill and I found this set, and I thought it was kind of ironic because it's a bunny hat and it does have a chin strap with Velcro, so it will fit. And it came with these little carrot socks. So, keeping with the bunny theme, I thought that was rather interesting. So, so I wonder if this hat will fit this doll. Let's see. Let's see together. And there's a lot of hair on this doll. And yeah, so it works. So anyhow, this is the rooted hair, the machine rooted hair. There's a lot of it. See, there's a lot of it. So anyway, I'm looking forward to, let me show you the eyes close and open. And this doll's eyes are a hazel color. But what's creepy to me is that the lips are so pale and the skin is so orange. So it's going to be a short one today, guys. I'm going to start working on this doll today as a project, and I'm looking forward to it. So stay tuned for the reveal when this doll is completed, and please let me know if you know of someone or if you know yourself how to attach zip ties to vinyl parts that don't have that little ridge. The manufacturer sewed the cloth body on this vinyl piece somehow. So, I don't know, there may be a small ridge, I don't know, but let me show you the marking now that I have you off the tripod. I can show you the back of the neck. With any luck, it'll focus a little bit. And there's a tag. There's the tag. It says Berjusa, USA, Miami. So yeah, I think it says 1984 somewhere on there. So that was my Goodwill find, and today with the hat and the little carrot socks. So I'm anxious to start on this doll, and it'll give me something to do on this hot, humid Sunday afternoon. So stay tuned to see the finished product. And thanks for watching, everyone. So I thought I would add this on to the end of this video so that you would know how I'm going to wash these clothes. This one, oops, I moved the camera, I'm sorry. Oh, I did it again. Anyhow, I'm going to try to do better. These pants have a stain right there. So I have my trusty Tide stick, and what I put in this water, it's warm water, I used some Dawn, and I used some baking soda. So before I put these pants in there, I'm going to actually show you when I do this. I'm going to put this Tide stick, shake it first, and you press it onto the stains like so, and then you rub it as best you can. And you can't always tell if it's going to come out before you wash it. Sometimes it'll come out right away. This obviously is not, but we can always use a little bit of bleach if that doesn't work. So back to the tub here. We're not focused. We're not focused. I think we are now. So I'm just going to put these in this little bowl. I like to use a little bowl to wash my doll clothes. And I'm going to give all of them a little soaping first. Here's the shirt. Put the shirt in there and do the same thing. And here's the hat. Put the hat in there. The hat actually has a smell to it. Not a nice smell. Not a nice smell either, unfortunately. So this will be round one. Yuck. Round one of the washing. I'm going to empty that out and do another fresh batch of detergent and baking soda. Mix that all up and start again. Let's see, I'm making sure that you're seeing this. So I'm gonna really soak them this time in here. So the baking soda should take care of the odor that came out of this hat. So I'm going to let that sit for, I don't know, a few minutes, and then I'm going to rinse them and start on part 2 of the project, which I think I'm also going to film for you. It'll just make this video more interesting. So I'm now in the laundry room because it's pretty good lighting in here, and this is called a depiller, and I'm going to use it on the cloth body. It's supposed to take off all the pills, which it works great. It works great. I highly recommend you find one of these. If you have any clothing or household linens that got pilled, this works really well. And you can see it collects in this part here, so you know that it's actually doing something. Yeah, this doll, don't forget, this doll is 40 years old. 40 years old, 40 years old. And to be with no stains on the white body like this is pretty remarkable. My guess is it was owned by someone who took very, very good care of this doll. So, rather than bore you with this, doing the whole thing, I'm going to continue with this process, and the next thing will be shampooing her hair. So, hang on. So, I wanted you to see how much it took out. You can see inside the little container how much fuzz it took off. And I know I could probably spend more time on this doll doing it, but I don't want to risk putting a hole in her body. So I decided that before I do her hair, I'm going to clean her cloth body, and I'll show you how I plan on doing that. So here's what I plan on doing for the cloth body. I have a little bowl here. I have a washcloth, and what I plan on doing is getting the water nice and hot. My water takes a while to heat up. And I'm going to put some Dawn in the bowl. Put some Dawn in there, and I have bleach just to whiten the body a little bit. So I'm just going to put a little bit of bleach in the water. Like so. Put the washcloth in there and get it saturated with detergent and bleach. And wring it out really, really good, because you don't want to wet the body because it's got material in it that can get moldy. So after I do this, I'm going to leave her in the open air as best as possible, so that I can not cause any mold to build up. So that's nice right now. So yeah, so I'm going to show you how I do the cloth body with this. And we are back in the laundry room. Actually, I may use this on her whole body. Yeah, because she needs a good scrubbing. So her vinyl's getting scrubbed too with this solution. I may have to rinse this out after I do her vinyl parts, just so I can get a nice clean start for the body. I don't know where this doll has been. Lord knows where this doll has been since 1984. So yeah, so this will, and she's got a little bit of, looks like glue right here on her arm. And I do have a trick to remove that. So hang on, let me get it. So as I mentioned, she has a little bit of glue here. So I have a little piece of 220 grit sandpaper, and I'm going to use this on her arm. very lightly, and it's a very fine grit so that it won't damage anything, and hopefully remove the glue or whatever that is. Lord knows what that is. So if you start a project like this, you're gonna work. You know, you're gonna spend some work, but it's worth it. I love it. I love doing this. I really do. It's satisfying to me to rescue something that I feel is valuable. So that worked very, very well. No more glue. No more glue. So, continue with her other arm. I don't see any ink marks or anything of the sort. She's got all her fingers. So now we'll work on her face, her ears. I hope you're still in view here. Her neck. Face is rather dirty. She does have a head that turns. That's nice. So I'm expecting my neighbor to come over and replace all my smoke detectors today, because they were beeping and Bentley was freaking out with the noise, the beeping, the chirping noise. And the series of chirps told us that the whole system needed to be replaced. So I ordered all 6 new smoke detectors, smoke and carbon monoxide detectors from Amazon. And as promised, they delivered them today. So my neighbor is supposed to come over today and put them all in for me and put all new batteries. And I have 12-foot ceilings in this house, so he's going to be up rather high. Kind of worried about him. But can you see her face? No. Let me move you up so you can see her face. See if I can wash her eyeballs. I need something little like a Q-tip, I think, to do this safely, because she does have eyelashes. So that's doing the vinyl. Now I'm going to pause you and rinse this out to do the cloth body with the same rag but rinsed. So here I am. I rinsed this out, put more detergent and bleach, and wrung it out as good as I could. I'm just going to rub this over the body just to at least clean the surface a little and disinfect it, because this doll is 40 years old and you don't know, you just don't know how this doll was handled, who handled it, how clean it was kept, which looks like it was kept very, very clean, by the way, from what I can see. Just give it a good going over with this washcloth. Like so. Make sure I get the top of her shoulders, under her arm, between her legs, on the top of her legs, on the side of her body. I like to feel like she's going to be brand new when I'm done with her, to me. Brand new to me. So that's the next step, Lord. Yeah, Lord, I'm saying a prayer because I want this doll to come out beautiful, because I think this doll might be worth something. It's, you know, we're losing my focus. 40 years old and it's still intact. So the next step is going to be shampooing her hair. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing this today or tomorrow, but I'm going to attach it to this video. So stay tuned for that, guys. And thanks for watching. Here's the hair washing procedure. I'm not giving myself very much room. So let me move the tripod over a little bit so I have some more room to stand. I had some shampoo in my shower which has quite a bit of white hard water stuff on, but I couldn't find my Johnson's baby shampoo, so I'm going to use this Ever Strong L'Oreal thickening shampoo. Not that she needs thickening. And to comb it out, I have Johnson's No More Tangles and this pick. So let's get started with washing this girl's hair. And I have a big measuring cup here. I'm going to try and not get this on her eyes because her eyes are open. This makes it a little more difficult, a little more challenging, because I don't want to get water inside of her eyes if we can avoid it. And I'm not sure if we can, but we're going to try. We're going to try, guys. And I don't want to get any water on her body. So this is a bit of a challenge. To say the least. With all this hair, she's got quite a bit of hair. Quite a bit of hair. I'll make sure I get it all wet. Okay, so let's get some shampoo in my hand, like so, and get it all over her, nice and soapy. I know this is like The Exorcist, turning her head 360 degrees, or is it 180 degrees? I'm glad she has a jointed neck. That's all I can say to do this. You are seeing this, yeah. I have the viewfinder. I can see that you're seeing this. So I am going to rinse her and come back. But for now, I'm going to do this off camera to make it a little easier for me. And after I do that, I will come on and condition her and the rest. So hang on. Hi everyone. It didn't work out for me combing the doll's hair out after I used the spray-on conditioner because I couldn't tell if the picture was in view with my tripod because I couldn't see the viewfinder while I was combing her hair. I just wanted you to know that her hair did not come out at all, and there was very, very few tangles in it, and I used that pick, that black pick. I think I showed you the black pick, and her hair is just gorgeous. This is the back. This is one side. It is a 1980s shag haircut. I had this haircut in the 80s. So I thought this would be the best way to show you her hair. Her hair is dry and styled, and I cut her bangs because they were hanging into her face. This is the other side, and here she is from the front. So yeah, so I just cut her bangs a little bit to keep them out of her eyes. And so the next project, if I can get her to stand up, the next project is going to be painting. So yeah. Stay tuned for that. I'm gonna do it on camera as I promised, to just do a little blushing on her to give her some life, and her lips need to be darkened. So that'll be next. Hi friends! So this is the next process with my remake of my little doll, my Berjusa doll. Here she is sitting here waiting for her makeup. And these are the newest acrylics that I have, some of them. And I don't see a pink color, so I'm going to have to make my own. And here's the magic ingredient to make paint stick to vinyl. It's upside down because all of the thick stuff settles to the bottom. It's Folk Art Outdoor Matte Varnish. This is what I use when I'm using my acrylic paints. And I've got my trusty little cosmetic wedge here, and my toothpicks, all my brushes, and distilled water, and my little mixing bowl right here. This is a Pyrex glass custard bowl. So I'm going to put you on the tripod and mix some colors together with you so that you know how I do it. Okay, so I have the camera, focused on the little bowl. I'm going to sit right here and begin. I haven't done this in so long, and I'm going to use a mop brush. This is an old one. It's loose. So I start out by adding my distilled water. I'm not going to be doing a lot on this doll. I decided I'm just going to do some blushing, so I don't even need that much water. I guess that might be maybe a tablespoon of water. I don't measure anything. I do everything by intuition. That's just how I roll. So this is the magic ingredient, the Folk Art Matte Varnish. And let me grab a napkin here to get all the dried stuff off the cap. We don't want any of that getting in our mixture. So I'm going to pour a little bit of this in here, like so. I guess that's about a half a teaspoon maybe. And I'm going to start mixing my colors. Ooh, and I see a spot of something in here that I don't like. It was paint. I'm going to get rid of that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find some colors to make a nice pinky color. So I'm going to start with this one. It's called Cranberry Wine. I'm just going to take my brush and dip it into the paint and put it in here, mix it up. The great thing about glass is you can see how thick your mixture is by brushing it on the side. This is very thin. You want it to be thin to start out with because you're building layers, but I'm not going to be building any layers on her. So I might have to make it a little bit thicker. We'll see. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this called Cherry Red. Add that in there. And obviously we don't want her blushing to be this dark or this noticeable. We don't want her to look like she's wearing blush and rouge and lipstick and all that. So we have to add, I'm going to try adding a little bit of purple. A little bit of purple. This is called lavender. That's what this color is called. Lavender. I have to shake it a little more because some of the liquid is in the cap. I don't know what liquid they put in these acrylic paints. It's not just plain water. It's got something else in it. And I still don't feel comfortable going into the cap because it's got, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it's got a little bit of kind of some oozing in there. So we're just going to do a tiny bit of purple to add this and make it more, just more muted red. And maybe a little bit more. There we go. That's better. That's better. So then I want to add one of these two colors to lighten it up. This is Natural Buff, and this is Warm Beige. So this one's a darker color. So let's start with the darker one first, because we can always go lighter if we need to. Same with this. There's a little bit of liquidy something in the cap, so I don't want to take it from the cap. So yeah, I'm going to corrupt my paint by sticking my brush in there. And you can see already it's lighter. It's already lighter. And thicker, because I've got several batches of paint in there. Any kind of little pieces of whatever that you see in there, try to take them out before you start painting your doll so you don't get anything on your doll. But you can always remove it on your doll too. This is probably an old, yeah, this is definitely an old brush, and it's not completely clean. You can see some specks from the brush. Just wipe it off. And we're going to try this color on her to see if it shows up at all. I'm going to start with her lips. So let's see if I can find a perfect brush for her lips. Trying to keep my work area clean here, and there's little dried things of paint that are sticking onto my placemat. So I have to pause you now because I have to change the angle of the camera. I have a feeling I'm going to need to make this a little bit darker, but I have to pause you so that I can get you in frame for when I do the doll. Yeah, so you are seeing this. Good. Hang on. This is going to be difficult. I'm pointing down at my chair. And again, I'm not going to be sure if you're seeing the doll. And this is a weird angle for me to be painting because I usually paint this way. But I don't know if you can see her. See a little bit of dirt on her face still. But I don't think that's going to come off. Well, let's see if I see that she's on. No. I might have to do this and then come back, guys, and show you what I did. So that color barely shows up. So I'm going to have to make it darker. I put some on her cheeks and on her lips. They're pink, but they need to be deeper. So I'm going to show you next. what I'm going to do. So let me move you back over here, back into the mixing bowl. We're going to add more of the cranberry wine color, and I am very sorry that I used this brush because it is dirty. It leaves specks, but I'm able to deal with it. So we're going to add some of this darker color in here. You can see it's getting thicker because I'm adding more pigment. So the mixture is getting thicker, and I did add a little bit more of this Folk Art matte, outdoor matte varnish because it wasn't sticking to the vinyl, so I added a little more of that. You gotta kind of experiment as you go. That's the only way I work. I experiment as I go. I don't have a formula or a recipe or any of that sort of thing. So I still think I need to add some red, maybe some purple, because it's just not gonna, I don't think it's gonna show up on her. There we go. So the pigment's getting darker, and it's still looking natural. Take the lavender color, add a little bit of that in here to tone down the pink color a little bit, but keep it looking still natural. There's a lot of paint here. I could actually do a lot with this if I had a doll here to paint. I don't want to do too much to her because I don't want to ruin her originality because she's worth something in her original condition, but I just want to make her more appealing. So that's the intent. Okay, so I'm going to do this off camera with this color, and I'll come back and let you see what she looks like. So she's coming about a little washed out on the screen, but in person, the very subtle changes that I made to her face look fantastic. I added some pink to her eyelids, both on top and underneath, and I had to be careful to blot it with the cosmetic wedge because she has eyelashes, and I didn't want to get her eyelashes full of paint. I did the inside of her nose with this color. I did her nose, her cheeks, her chin and her little dimple in her chin. I did her Cupid's bow, that little dimple under the nose. I did a little bit on her forehead, but it was starting to not blend really well with this particular vinyl, so I stopped that. And I did her ears, just a little bit. Yeah, I realize this vinyl is very orangey, and I'm trying to get rid of that orangey on the ears, at least. So, yeah, this ear looks better. This ear looks better. I put a little inside and a little outside. So, just sometimes just a tiny little bit of subtle changes can mean a lot. And in this case, I think it did. And when she's dry, actually, this is several coats. This paint dries very, very fast. So in a matter of, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, I was able to put on several layers I just kept going over it, and it would dry a little, and I'd go over it again and dry a little, etc., etc. So, yeah, that's the beauty of acrylic air dry paints. You can keep going over it and over it and over it until you get the desired results. And I am going to put a little bit of gloss on her lips, just a little bit, and then I might. No, I'm not going to do anything else with her. That will be it. And then I will style her hair and put her in an outfit and do a reveal. I was going to tip her nails, but her nails are so tiny. Her nails are so tiny that I don't think I will. No, actually I won't. I put these little socks on her. So yeah, I think she looks a lot more alive. She looks a lot less scary. I think she looked a little scary with those pale lips. And now she doesn't look like a ghoul. Let me try a different light. Maybe you can see it better. Yeah. She's got very orangey vinyl. So yeah. Okay, so the next video you'll see her completely done. I hope you've enjoyed this process. And I used all of these brushes. I used all 4 of these brushes to get in the creases, to smooth out the paint, etc., etc. So now I'm going to do some cleanup, and later I will do the rest of the doll. So thanks for watching for now. I wanted to be sure and show you what gloss I used for her lips. This is Reborn FX Air Dry Medium Gloss Varnish. And I just put it on with this brush right here. And that's what they look like. One of her eyes closes more than the other. It looks creepy. But anyway, it's just a little bit of gloss. It doesn't make her look like she's wearing lip gloss or anything. It just softens the look of the paint a little bit. So okay. Now I can finish cleaning up and dressing her and everything. So here she is. Brand new Dolly. All dressed up. I dressed her as a girl, but she has boy clothes as well. And you can see the little Hello Kitty bunny behind her. I just have her propped up on the bed, and I am going to take you closer so you can see her. And I have her on the tripod right now, and she's looking right at you. So I am pleased with how she came out, and she doesn't look like a ghoul anymore. Yeah, let me take you off here. Zoom back out and come closer. And here she is. And I said she has a 1980s shag haircut, and she's got a lot of hair. And if you enjoy styling hair and playing with hair, this is a really good doll for that. I like dolls in flutter sleeves. She's got flutter sleeves and little carnations around her waist, and a tulle skirt with little bling, little silvery spots in it. Very feminine. And extremely ruffly socks. So she was probably designed at one time to suck her thumb, because she has a thumb that sticks out. But I think it would require some props to get her arm to stay there. But yeah, see her thumb? How it's kind of aimed toward her mouth. And I looked up 1984 and what was this doll's brand again? From Spain. Oh my. You remember her name, this brand. Oh gosh. Alright, I have to pause you to get the name. Berjusa. Berjusa. 1984 Berjusa. I believe she was made in Spain. But this doll is 40 years old. And look what a little makeover can do. You remember what she looked like with those pale lips and no color? Just a little bit of pinking here and there made all the difference and just made her more pleasant to look at. She's got eyes that kind of flutter. Very, very sensitive eyes that open and close. And they flutter. If you move her just a little bit, they flutter. So flutter sleeves for fluttering eyes. I'm very happy at the way she came out. And I hope you have enjoyed this entire project with me. I really enjoyed doing it. I love projects, and I haven't had a project in a while. And I am very lucky to find these dolls at the Goodwill and just make them over. So welcome this new doll, and I would love your feedback. So maybe you can think of a name for her. Okay. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll come back again for our next video.